Welcome back to Cricket Pulse by LGW. It's late Sunday night, and if you're a KKR fan, you're likely currently dancing on Park Street just for that consolation point. Um, and if you're a Punjab fan, you're wondering if this team can ever be beaten. I'm George, and we have the full trio here today to break down a super Sunday of two heavyweight clashes and one huge upset that felt more like a movie script.
Unbelievable scenes, George. If you remember
Yeah.
yesterday, we spoke about this upset, and I was rooting for Kolkata to turn this match around, and boy, did they do it. It was an amazing scene. I can tell you that Kolkata will be sleeping peacefully more than dancing on the streets, I would say. But it was an absolute redemption after ages. Finally, those 2 points, but they upset the Giants for the very first time. They beat RR completely and square, and Riyad Parag has got his work cut out.
Well, I mean, they have a reason to dance as well, Will. I mean, they've finally got their one consolation win. I do feel for them. They have these small reasons to celebrate since Mamta has taken over that state. So, good, good. Let them celebrate small victories, small happiness. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a massive day again for the supposedly underdogs and a statement day for the league leaders, and they've just
Yes.
stamped their authority on the leaderboard. We've got results, we've got records, and we've got a massive preview for the Ahmedabad showdown tomorrow. So let's get right into it, boys. So finally, the curse is over. At the seventh time of asking, Kolkata Knight Riders have their first points of 2026. They've beaten the mighty Rajasthan Royals by 4 wickets. What a day.
Well, it was one in the first innings, if you ask me. The KKR spin twins, Narayan and Varun Chakaravarthy, turned Eden Garden into a minefield. I think Varun finally finding form, surgical, 3 for 14 in 4 overs, fantastic figures. Narayan kind of played the backup clown, 2 for 26. And from 81 for 1, Rajasthan kind of collapsed at 2 to 155. But I mean, after I did see Vaibhav and Jaiswal. They did start cautiously, and it was a good start. I don't know. I mean, it was a complete middle order collapse. I'm beginning to think that people have found out Rajasthan, and it'll be interesting to see what happens next.
Rajasthan tend to have these, tendency. They come out all guns blazing at the very first beginning of the tournament. They look like one of those formidable teams that they can unbeatable. But all it takes is one loss, and they lose all their momentum, and they lose their focus. Now, if you look at it, Rajasthan Royals right now, most of the time their teams were they were winning because their opening pairs were performing and going out there and scoring those massive runs. As you said rightly so, people have found out about Suryavanshi in terms of how his weaknesses are, how Jaiswal is actually finding. If they can get through these first two batters, the rest of the other folks, except for the keeper, everyone
Dhruv
else
Jurel.
has it. Dhruv Jurel, everyone else has not performed at all. Their middle order is there to be taken for anyone. Jofra Archer is a fantastic bowler. That's something that they've got it on their arsenal in terms of, containing the opposition and taking crucial wickets. But other than that, if their batters don't score, then the game is up for the opponents to take it.
And I think this game was pretty much, it showed what that was, right? I think 155 was not a great target to try and set. But
Yeah.
again, KKR almost made a meal of it because there was a beautiful start again from from Rajasthan Royals in terms of bowling. But just before I come to that, I think just rounding off in terms of the bowling performances from um, KKR, again, Karthik Tyagi, he was absolutely brilliant,
Beautiful.
taking 3 for 22 against his former side, which was RR. So again, if you look at it, it was a complete bowling performance today from the likes of KKR, with everyone pitching in, especially the spinners finally coming to the front to try and pick those crucial wickets. And that being said, again, as I was telling, KKR did make a meal of it right from the start. What a beautiful piece of delivery from Jofra Archer to get rid of Seifert.
Mhm.
And after that, again, the next over, Nandre Berger, another beautiful delivery to get rid of. It was, who was it? I think it was Ajinkya Rahane. And then you should have seen the stumping by Dhruv Jurel.
Oh,
Did you guys? Oh,
yes.
the
Yes.
run out.
Yes. Yeah. Uh,
Oh, the
reminded
stump.
me
Sorry,
of
not run
Dhoni.
out. What a
Wow.
beautiful flick in the back, and that was a brilliant stumping. To be honest, I think
It was
with
a
that they almost had them on the mat. And I think the one mistake was, boys, I think Rinku Singh's catch, which Nandri
Yes.
Berger dropped when he was in
drop.
8,
Yeah.
that put the match down, because I think they were 6 down. That catch would have just finished the game right there. But then Uncle Roy came in with Rinku Singh, and it just changed the entire dimension of
I
the game
think
after that.
the way there were two people converging to actually take the catch, it was, for me, I felt it was a keeper's catch. He should have ran towards it. He had the gloves. He would have had the most probability of catching it rather than leaving it to, what was he? I forgot his
Nandri
name.
Berger.
Burger.
Nandri Berger.
Nandre Berger.
Burger.
Even he was confused. When he took the catch, you could have literally seen that on his face. He was like, why did you leave me to catch the ball? And
Yeah.
and Dhruv Jurel was like staring at him and thinking, why did you leave the catch? It was Dhruv Jurel, in my opinion. Even if he was running
He
again
should
opposite,
have.
he should have taken it.
Yeah, but Will, it's basics. I mean, people need to call. If nobody has called, then the one that it's moving towards or the closest just goes for it. I mean, if it was Drew, obviously you would have called. If he didn't call, it was Berger's job to take it. But that kind of sealed the game, because today Rinku came good. It was some vintage Rinku shots, and support from Anukul was absolutely brilliant. And then that
Uncle
finishing,
was good. Yes.
just
Yeah.
yeah,
29 of
uh,
16 deliveries. Very good
yeah, it
supporting.
was good. And
Yeah.
at that point in time, that's all they needed. They needed to just keep the scoreboard ticking. They just needed around 8 runs and over, and both of them just saw it through. And towards the end, they just went for it, and absolutely beautiful. I like I said, I kind of used to feel bad for the likes of Rinku,
Not
Ajinkya
anymore.
Rahane, and all of
Yeah.
them, because they're in the wrong place. But I still feel bad for them. But I'm glad that at least they got one consolation win. Um, I'm pretty much. I mean, they're pretty much out of the top 4.
No, I
That's a
mean,
given.
I'm happy
Yeah.
that they got those 2 points against Rajasthan Royals, purely because of Riyan Parag. There was a post-match question they were asking Riyan Parag as to why he was operating so many spinners and why wasn't he throwing the ball again, towards his premium bowlers to actually contain those runs. And he gave some ridiculous answer as to why he was giving the spinners the bowling, because the spinners were getting whacked everywhere. And Rinku, at one point towards the last over, they needed 1 run of 4 balls, I think, and he nicked one, and there was a single to be taken, but he refused to take it because he was on 47, I believe he was, and he wanted to get to that 50. And boy, oh boy, on the third ball, he came as a bouncer. He flicked it and went all the way at the back for 6, and he completed his 50 as well. But I was on the edge thinking, will this go down to the wire where he refused to take that single, and this would become a
Similar to what
super
happened to
over?
David
Yeah.
David
Miller's
Miller.
game.
Yeah, I mean, all it takes was Rinku to get out, and the next batsman would not have absolutely no clue what to do at this stage, and there will be only 2 balls remaining. So that would have been an anti-climax. But I'm happy Rinku scored. I really love that guy, the way he, feels, the way he bats, and
Yeah,
he
he wears his heart
came
on his
good.
sleeve
So
and
I'm
is
really, really
good.
happy
Yeah.
about that.
He's really good. Bless him. And I do feel bad for what's his name? Rachin Ravindra though. Still not in the
Still
playing
on the
11.
benches. Still on the bench.
I
Yep.
just don't get it. I mean, they need somebody in the middle who can stabilize things, who can be a very good presence. And I think I don't get it. I don't get why they're not doing it. But
They
anyways,
have
I don't
they,
give.
they have Roman Powell again on the side, and he's not bad. He's not bowl. He doesn't bowl, he's batted. But then again, I think Rachin Ravindra is a much better batsman and who can increase the tempo of the game as and when he wants. And I can't figure out George, and I think
Yeah,
that's
I
And
going to
and
be
and a slow ball spinner. He can turn the ball, and
yeah.
he's a good all rounder. He's good on the field. Just don't get it. Just don't get it.
yeah.
Rohman
Anyways, I
Powell
think
should take some rest actually, because today the team needed him to score. And the kind of shot selection that he was trying to operate was just blind. Not situational awareness was
23,
not present. And
23
the
of
way,
20, which is not
yeah,
a
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but then you never know when Powell comes good and just pummels the opposition. So you just can't take him out.
but that you
'Cause-
can't actually, have, in my opinion, you can't have someone, play that playing 11, thinking that you never know when he's going to come good.
no,
You
but the
have
point
to
is
have
he's been
some sort of a
consistently
consistency.
he's been consistent. He's had some off games, but he's been consistent in clobbering people. So I don't think they would take Powell out. But anyhow, I think let's talk about the game
next.
with the run rampage. Oh my God, what a game!
Yeah, if KKR and RR was tactically chess match, Punjab and Lucknow Giants was a heavy metal concert. I would tell you that it was the batsmen, the
What a
2
parallel!
left-handers, were in a
Ah, wow, wow.
completely different world. Oh, let's not forget this: Punjab has not been beaten by any single team, and they have just
six
posted the
six games.
monstrous score, 54 for 7.
Yep.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Yep. And to start off with, again, what a start. Priyansh Arya,
Yeah,
that lad, we've been talking about him, we've been
what?
raving about him. He is absolutely beautiful. The way he smashed the ball out of the park today, along with that stand-in with Cooper Connolly. Prabhsimran went for a duck, sadly, but then I think those 2 lads put on a show. 182 runs for the second wicket, the partnership, absolutely amazing. And the hitting was absolutely beautiful. I think 93 of 37 balls with a strike rate of almost 200, close to 250, and
9
with
sixes.
9 sixes. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful batting. And
Look,
again,
don't forget Connolly, 87 or 46. Just an
Yeah,
amazing partnership. 32 runs in 1 over. Aiden Markram, I'm sure he was regretting coming in to bowl that over.
oh,
Uh, it was
eh, eh,
crazy. And it was also, I mean, I mean, I know the captain didn't have a great day, but the leadership and that command he has over that team. And it was just even in the field. I can't say enough about. I'm a big fan. I mean, all of us are a big fan of Shreyas Iyer, and I really want to see him lead India in T20s. He's just a master leader, master player, absolutely clued on.
yeah, and I think I did see a post, George, which I did share with you and Will as well,
Yeah,
which talks about Shreyas Iyer replacing Suryakumar Yadav as the next T20 captain. Again, it is an
worthy.
article.
Yeah.
It is an article, but I'm sure. I think we all are looking forward to that because I think he's the perfect replacement there. That being said, the over from Aiden Markram Majan for 32 runs was absolutely beautiful,
Sure.
George and Will. First three balls, Cooper Connolly, three sixes. There's a
Sixes.
wide, and
Takes
there's
a
a wide,
single.
and then a single, and then Priyansh Arya comes and he hits him for the next two sixes. 32 runs in the
No,
over. He was smashed.
he
no. The
he
point
was
is, it
like
looked.
he was like at one point in time Priyanshu was overtaking Cooper Conley, and then Cooper Conley doesn't get any strike, and all of a sudden when he gets strike he's like, hang on a minute, I'm going to play these next deliveries,
No,
I'm
no.
going to catch up with you. And from there he goes past Priyanshu, and then Priyanshu, he comes back again to bat, and then he overscores him. It was like they were competing each other, who's going to be the highest score at what point.
So in
But let me
short,
tell you
what
one
I
more
was
thing before.
no. In short, what I was trying to say is it was looking like both of them were competing against each other. You know, when we used to play gully cricket, we'll be like, "Oh, so you got six, I'll hit more
Six.
than you." It was like that. It was like two kids just going there and competing against each other. It was fun to watch.
But what I
Exactly.
liked about Priyanshu is I mean, I'm trying to put two people in reference here. One, we have Suryavanshi, and then you have Priyanshu. Technically, I feel Priyanshu is much, much more classier because the way he batted, he knew exactly where the fielders were. Unlike Suryavanshi, he didn't go clobbering everyone. He knew exactly where the fielders were. He was hitting it in the gap and hitting those sixes and boundaries as well. That tells me that he's got good presence of mind. He knows when to attack, what balls to place, and where to hit it. That was really classy of Priyanshu
That's
in today's day.
that's because Suryavanshi doesn't believe in scoring fours, man. So he doesn't look at gaps. He doesn't look at the fielders. He just goes out of the out of the ground.
Yeah,
For me,
but
I
then
think
again, today's innings was of Suryavanshi was
was much
rather
more calculated.
mature, more technical. But what the difference between Suryavanshi and rest of the players is his heavy-handed shots and his bat speed. His knack of um, changing his stroke
S-
even at the nth minute.
Nth
The
minute.
speed is that technique is really good, and that's what we were saying. That's at 15. So imagine the next few years what's going to happen. But I'm not going to write that off. But what I was happy also about was the fact that Rishabh Pant came good. Um, but as I always have said, number 3 is good for Rishabh Pant, but it's not good for LSG. You need Pooran at number 3. It's just not working for Pooran at this point in time. He needs to play constantly at number 3 for a couple of games if LSG want to um, take advantage of the talent that Pooran is, as well as the technique and brilliance of Rishabh.
Every time George calls out Purin, I can only think about Malayalam word Purin. If anyone knows what exactly it is, just comment that under the comment section. That's the funny side of Purin. But then
Oh my God!
Purin is a
But then again,
classy
I think they
player.
did they did a tactical change today. They got Ayush Badoni in the opening, and they got Aiden Markram down. And again, I think we clearly heard
Mm.
from the commentators saying that because Arshdeep has got a knack of getting Aiden Markram out, and I think they've
Yeah.
saved Aiden Markram from having a go at Arshdeep. Arshdeep having a go at Aiden Markram. So they dropped him and got him Ayush Badoni in. It worked for them because I think that was a good start by Ayush Badoni and Mitch Marsh. But again, I think
Markram did well as well. Markram did as well.
yeah, but he
I
came
think
in the last,
he
and I think he stayed. He just got on the last
42.
second ball, right? I think uh,
Yeah.
just in the last over. I think it's just one ball to go is when he got out. But then again, it was too big a chase, right? I think
Yeah, it was
again
too.
Pant came, tried to play his shots as well, but then again, it was really good bowling by them. I think
Mm.
if you look at Arshdeep, Vaishak, um, Chahal, all had a great game, and I think if you look at the
Jansen, Marco
LSG.
Jansen as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For 2 wickets and just 37
Yes.
runs, 4 wickets. But I think, again, if you look at Prince Yadav from LSG again had a great game. We've been talking about that lad. He's been putting out performances every week or every game, and again today, 4 overs, 25 runs, 2 wickets. One of the best bowlers in the pick. Everyone has gone for runs, and this guy's given an economy of 6.8, which is like far and beyond what everyone's gone for. So again, a day to forget for LSG, and I hope Goenka is sitting over there and cursing everyone in the team.
I don't think it's a day to forget for LSG, maybe for LSG fans, but the LSG players, they'll be very finely reminded of what happened by yours truly, Goenka.
But I looked at Goenka today. I mean, the way he was
Was he crying?
applauding what's his name when every time there was a wicket that fell, he was not animated. He was not overly excited, but he was genuinely supporting his team. I could see him just stand up and clap. There was some sort of a trying to build some class into his ownership. So good to
Mate,
see that.
that's what he does every game. It's until he sees his captain and the players, then something else happens.
Yeah,
So,
don't let that guy come towards the ropes. That's the only
it's like
advice everyone wants to give it to.
it's like
But I think,
onion takes over.
but this is one quick thing again, lads. I think one thing which Punjab did hopelessly bad today, they've had a great
Field.
win with great runs, but then their final over fieldings, the last 20 minutes was
Awful.
brutal because not one, not two, 4 catches were dropped, and it was horrible. If it was another game where the the margin of victory was closer, it could have been the deciding factor today. They could have lost us, but then yeah, I think they had runs on the board, so I think they could. So definitely something to look out for the next game. Shashank Singh, 2 drop catches. Prab Simran with the keeper gloves on, dropping a sitter in the last as well, and another catch. So yeah, I think they just need to be mindful of that when they go into the next games, because yeah, that could make or break them in terms of some of these games which can get close.
Yeah.
That being said, I think that's a wrap for our double headers over the weekend. But we do have a game coming up tomorrow, which is GT versus Mumbai Indians at the Ahmedabad Stadium. And that's going to be the match number 30. And what are we looking at, George?
Well, GT right now seem to be the comeback kings. 3 wins on the bounce. MI, on the other hand, another team in crisis. Now, I was alluding to this point yesterday, but I wanted to save it for when MI, we speak about MI. There's a lot of chatter, unconfirmed chatter, and it kind of makes sense. Apparently, none of the team members in MI are happy with their captain. They feel he is a bit condescending, doesn't listen, and I think it's not working. And I think a few clues about it were online. I mean, with small snippets, especially where Bumrah was being told what to do, and I think Bumrah tried to reason and then just gave up and went on with doing his thing. Somehow it makes sense because of the character that
He is.
Pandya is. I mean, you know, I'm not a big fan of his. Even when captaincy and the kind of character he is. I like him as a player because he's actually extremely talented, fantastic player, both the Pandya brothers. But I think Krunal, on the other hand, is a lot more, civil than, what's his name again?
Hardik
Pandya. So I think the man has a lot of behavioral issues. And I think he got a lot of sympathy and a lot of attention with his performance in the World Cup, but he's back to his antiques, and that is kind of not sitting well with a lot of people.
Before you jump in, Will, I think just quickly, I think I just need to say this because I might forget. There was this meme which I just saw today about IPL in general with 3 teams. The first meme was Gaikwad on a chariot, and the horses pulling are like Sanju Samson, Anshul Kamboj, and
Matre.
and another person, Mathur, yeah. And the second picture was RCB with everyone pulling the horse, and RCB with just the chariot. Everyone's pulling it. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Rajat
In one
Patidar,
direction.
Virat Kohli, and so on in one direction. And the third picture was Mumbai Indians. The chariot is there, and there are three players: Rohit Sharma, Bumrah, and Tilak Verma pulling the chariot on one side, and you can see Hardik Pandya on the other side pulling the chariot to the other side.
Opposite side.
It's an
Yeah.
absolute pure perfect analogy of where they are.
Oh
But
my God!
I can try to show that meme here. I mean, hopefully the viewers can see it, but I think it was funny as well. I did see that too. Um,
while
kind
you
of
pull that thing up,
process.
George, let me add this one. There is an issue with Mumbai Indians right now. See, Hardik is flamboyant. He has his way of marshalling the team, the way he wants to bring some changes. He has his own style. Every captain has his own style. But the bane for this particular Mumbai Indians is they've got too many stars in it, too many captains already in one team. Bumrah was once upon a time was captaining India. You have Surya Kumar Yadav, who's a World Cup winning captain. Then you have Rohit Sharma, who's already proved himself, and he's a World Cup winning captain. There's so many captains in one team.
And an IPL winning captain.
Yeah, and an IPL winning captain. So there is bound to be some sort of a friction all the time. There will be situation where Hardik wants certain things to happen, but since there are so many captains, they will all have their own opinion,
No,
and
no,
leading
I
such a
disagree.
troop is going to be very, very difficult. And imagine if Hardik was leading a team such as Ara, or let's say Punjab. That team is relatively young team, and those team would have actually followed his guide. But with Mumbai, that is a different story.
I'm
So it's
gonna
not
say
about.
two.
See, I would say, yeah. Go on, George. Yeah,
No, go on,
no.
Loy.
So,
I'll.
uh, because for me, Will, it's not about he needs to listen to those, and they come with an. See, Bumrah is one of the most experienced bowlers in the world. Bumrah is never going to come and ask you how you need to run the show or the team. When Bumrah is bowling, he needs fields placed according to how he needs to get them placed. Now, if Hardik's trying to do that for him and he's trying to reason with him, he's not going to accept that because he wants it to be in a certain way where he wants to bowl, right? Now, that is not captainship. That's a bowler's clear understanding of how he wants to bowl to a batsman, and he wants the field set according to that.
Now
Now, Surya
I'll put
Kumar
this.
Yadav, let me come to that. Surya Kumar
No,
Yadav, on the second set, he is not as experienced as Rohit Sharma, and he's only had the captain's mantle after Hardik Pandya. Hardik Pandya has been a captain before him, so I don't think Surya Kumar is going to come and make a difference over there or have an opinion over there. The only person who someone will look up to, or the entire team will look up to, is Rohit Sharma because he's got the experience in his back. He's a proven leader who is calm and composed, and he's not the one who would try and overshadow anyone over there. He's got his way of doing things, and he would rather just expect that things would work properly. But then I don't think that's the attitude which Hardik Pandya comes with. Hardik Pandya comes with an attitude of it's not about they have an opinion, I'll listen to it. It's, oh, you have an opinion, you keep it to yourself. I'll do what I want to do. And
yeah,
that's what doesn't work with the team.
Okay.
So you can have 100 captains, but then if you come with a certain attitude saying that I don't care what you say, it wouldn't work. That's my point of view, guys.
I have a couple of things to say there. Firstly, flamboyance and Hardik Pandya don't go in the same line. You can't, you need to really understand what flamboyance is. Vijay Mallya, flamboyance. Yeah. Shreyas Iyer, flamboyance. Virat Kohli, flamboyance. You can't put that same bracket into Hardik Pandya. That is not flamboyance. Okay. He's trying a bit too hard. Second thing, what Loy said is about uh, being condescending. And that is primarily what the problem is right here. Now, I do disagree with what you said, Will, because a leader and a captain is not somebody who says, I say and everything goes. That's not a leader, okay? And that's not a captain. a leader or a captain is somebody who carries the entire team together, who's able to marshal his troops according to their talents and whatever's there. If you ask me that, okay, then Patidar is one of the finest captains because he's got the superstar of superstars to manage in Virat Kohli. He's doing it with absolute ease. And he's got Bhuvi, who's so senior, and he's managing with ease. So you can't just say, okay, there are so many captains and superstar. That's just a bloody stupid excuse for leadership incompetence from one player. So for me, if you ask me, it makes sense that there is a problem with the and other than that, you have fantastic players. I think all
Can
of
I
them
ask you both a question? Can I ask you both the question? When
just
was
one
the
line.
last time? When was
Just
the
one,
last time GT won IPL?
just one line to finish that.
Yeah.
So basically, what was I saying? Um,
You had finished off with Rajat Patidar and how he's managing and marshalling his troops. So, and then you were trying to summarize with what Hardik Pandya was.
You were going in the direction of Hardik Pandya, why he's kind of
no,
incompetent.
so I think I lost my train of thought. But yeah, go on. What was your question? When
Now,
was the
my
last
question
time?
was to both of you: was when was the last time GT won the IPL, and who was the captain at that point in time?
When the first year GT was formed, I think Hardik Pandya was the
Yeah,
captain. That's when they
Hardik
won the
Pandya was the
first
captain.
captain.
Now, my question to both of you is: how did that team won when Hardik Pandya was the captain, and why can't he do the same exact thing? I mean, that was the first time he was captaining a particular team, a GT team, a relatively new team, and if he can marshal that troop and actually win an IPL trophy in that very first year, why he's not able to do it with Mumbai Indians? Why can't he do the exact same thing? It's not that this
Oh,
boy doesn't have any credibility. He needs backing.
nobody's talking
The,
about credibility. The
no.
problem is
Let me finish
his
this.
attitude.
No,
His
it's his
credibility he
attitude.
has.
Forget about his attitude. See, he has attitude. He carries those attitude. His attitude is not overshadowing his performance. His attitude is complemented by his performance as well. So he does with his performance. But the only problem with Mumbai Indians, this is my very strong opinion. He was handed in the captain. It was literally not handed. He was grabbed it from Rohit and given to him. The first year was horrendous because the entire fan base was booing him. Okay, going after it. Now the second year, he redeemed himself. He's come back. The only thing that he needs, in my opinion, is he needs his team members' support. Right now, if you look at it, I'll put another question to you guys: is if Dhoni was the captain, all right, Dhoni has his own way of marshalling his troop. He has his own vision. He has his own idea. If he gives a ball to a bowler, he tells specifically where he wants that bowler to bowl according to the fielding that he has set. If he doesn't bowl it, Dhoni would be absolutely go crazy. As in, he doesn't show it, but he will tell the bowler that
No,
he's not
you're
happy with the way
completely
he's
wrong
bowling.
about Dhoni. That's not what Dhoni does. Dhoni gives every bowler has a freedom to choose his field. Okay, Dhoni marshals it accordingly, and when a requirement or when Dhoni feels there needs to be a change, he talks to them. He makes them understand and says, maybe this will work. Let's try this. He doesn't go tell them what to do. He's
No, I'll
never
tell you.
done it
I'll
to
give you an
any
example of
single
one of the
player.
I'll give you
And
an
and
example
and
of one
Will,
of the team match where it was towards the end where the spinner comes in. I think it was Piyush Agarwal, Piyush Chawla, not
Chawla.
Agarwal, Piyush Chawla. He told he set the field to the offside. Dhoni set the field to the offside, and he repeatedly told him bowl to the offside because that's where the fielding is, and he kept bowling towards the leg side. And you could clearly hear it from the stump mic where he was absolutely going crazy at Piyush Chawla
Well,
saying that,
you can't
"What the
pick
hell are you bowling?
you
I've
can't
set the
pick
field to
one
the
or
offside."
two. No, you can't pick one or two instances and say, okay,
No,
this
no,
is
no.
his overall style.
I'm not picking one or two
No,
instances.
Dhoni's
I'm telling you, one of
captaincy.
the best captain.
Dhoni's. I'll tell you one thing: the best captain that India has seen, and
No,
Dhoni
no, no.
has a. No, no, no.
I'm not
Wait,
even
wait,
saying. I'm not
bro.
even
Listen. You
saying.
need to listen. Stop talking.
No,
Wait,
no, no.
please. What I'm trying to say is Dhoni is the finest captain. There's no two ways about it. And the reason he was the finest captain was because he was a very inclusive captain. And that's not me saying that. That's testimony from every player that he's captain. And there are times that he loses it with certain players when things are not going right and when they can't play to the team's decision. When a team has decided to work some way and they have a plan and somebody is not executing the plan, you going at them is different. But going to Bumrah, who's a world class bowler, and telling him to bowl a certain way and setting a field according to his whims and fantasies is not going to work. It
Okay.
won't work with.
No, no.
Yeah.
Let me add this thing before we wind up this session. But remember one thing: when Dhoni was handed over the captaincy, there were stars in the team. All right, for the likes of Zair Khan, peak of his performance. Gautam Gambhir, peak of his performance. Then you had Yuvraj Singh at the peak of his performance. What happened to all of them? They were not even at the retirement age, but he was pushed out. Why? Because Dhoni needed his style of players to come into the front to perform. He needed a younger lads. So when the team was formed according to his liking, the team was starting to perform. It's not that there were no stars at all. The stars were made later on by Dhoni. Now, the whole credit goes to Dhoni, absolutely 100%. He's an absolute gem of a captain. But the team was formed based on his requirement. This Mumbai
Okay.
Indians right now has way too many stars right now. And there's a young captain right now, which is Hardik Pandya, who's not given his way and style of captaining it. If everybody agreed, not agreed, at least supported his idea, probably this team will have a much better result. Right now,
It
it's not
is
cooking right.
okay. That's your opinion, Will, and I think just to add on to
Yeah.
JT's thoughts, just to kind of summarize that, you told they won in 2022. What was the reason they
Yeah.
won? Because they had a coach in there called Ashish Nehra, who was absolutely
No,
brilliant. Every
man.
strategy
No,
he
no,
would
no,
stand.
no, no.
And
No, no,
hold
no,
on,
no.
that was one of the
Yes.
reasons. I'll tell you the other. Wait, hold on. He
Yeah,
had a star-studded team which were playing for him. He had
yeah,
Shami in the bowling lineup. He
yeah,
had Rashid Khan in the bowling lineup. He had
yeah,
David Miller in the batting order. He had Shai
yeah.
Sudarshan was clicking. He had Vridhiman Saha who was clicking. All of these players were performing, and that's the reason why he could take the glory from that and then winning as a winning captain. It is not purely only his captainship. Ashish Nehra, if you go back and if you get a chance, go pick up the 2020 season and check the expert opinions during that time. Ashish Nehra
Okay.
had
Can I ask?
And
marshaled the troops.
Can I ask a
no,
question to you now?
one
Can I
more
ask a
point.
question?
You can
Yeah.
ask after this,
No, no.
Wilfred. So
Yeah.
one point I'll add to what Loy said. When GT came in the very first season, I think this is something we discussed in a different podcast episode as well. So one of the things about GT, from the very time it was founded, it has been the most structured and the most well managed
Backroom stuff.
backroom staff and the management team. So with GT, even if it wasn't Hardik Pandya, the people who are calling the shots is rightfully Ashish Nehra, and who commands a lot of respect. And I think they also had someone else in the advisory role. I don't remember who was a mentor that year, who also shares a lot of credit. I mean, if you can look that up, Loy, who was the mentor that year for 2022, that'll explain the whole thing. And at that point in time, what is his name? Hardik Pandya was, I mean, didn't wasn't that big an established star. He had to prove himself. Okay. But fast forward now, you're talking about all stars. You've taken captaincy from Mumbai Sa Raja, and you go in there and you're trying to bully people into listening to you. It's not going to work. If you're a leader, it's two ways. Look at what Rajat is doing. That's all I have to say. And
Okay.
look at what Shreyas is doing. It's
Okay.
not in.
Okay,
Gary,
Once,
okay,
all
okay,
right.
and
all right,
sorry,
all right.
sorry, just one
No,
more,
no,
and you can
no,
go
no,
on,
no,
you
no.
can go on.
I gave you
I'll
both
tell
the
you just
chance.
one thing.
No, no. Let me
Gary
before I
Kirsten,
forget. Before I
Gary
forget.
Kirsten, Gary
Yeah.
Kirsten. Yeah,
No, no.
sorry, yeah, go on.
Gary
Now
Gary
listen.
Kirsten
Kirsten,
was
go
the
on.
Okay. Now I'll come to Gary Kirsten, and I'll also come to GT, and I'll also come to your Ashish Nehra as well. Now, KKR won the recent World Cup, not World Cup, IPL, right?
Huh?
Now,
No,
IPL trophy, the last
recent.
time. No, the
RCB won
recent
it.
one. No, no,
RCB.
no, no.
RCB won
Just
it.
1 year before that. 1 year before that. 1 year before that. Who won? KKR
2020,
won.
2024. Yeah, KKR won in
Yeah.
2024.
Okay. That
Yeah,
was the
KKR
Shreyas
won.
Iyer.
Yeah, okay.
Shreyas Iyer.
Shreyas Iyer. Now, who do you think is the reason for winning? Are you saying KKR? No, sorry. What's his name? Shreyas Iyer is the main reason.
No, the
Will you
primary
give?
reason was
No, no, no. My
Gautam.
question to you both guys is Shreyas Iyer the main reason for KKR to win that IPL trophy, or was it Gautam Gambhir?
Okay. To answer your question, no IPL trophy has been won without a team effort. It's a team effort. And that is the bane of the Mumbai team right now because some one person is holding everybody back. Backroom and the entire
You
playing
guys are not
11.
getting my question. You guys are not getting my question. Very,
What are
very
you trying to
It
say?
is a
honest.
team
What you
effort.
know? You're just trying to
No,
say
no,
that
no.
okay,
You're
Shreyas
saying
Iyer was a
no, no,
IPL
no.
winning captain
Loy,
because
what you're
he.
trying to say is you're saying GT won that IPL trophy because of Ashish Nehra, who was just cheering at the
No, no,
on
no,
the
no.
dugout and being very happy, not because
No,
of
So
Hardik
Ashish Nehra
Pandya
was
no,
cheering.
marshalling
no,
the
no,
troops.
no.
What? Ashish
It
Nehra was
it
cheering. You say this to any cricketer in India. Oh my
No,
God.
no, no. Hang
Ashish
on a minute.
Nehra is a cheerleader.
No, no.
My
Hang on a
word.
minute. Ashish Nehra was the coach for GT, and he's the. Didn't you actually just say right now that Ashish Nehra was the main reason why they were actually able
I
to win this because he was,
it is
he
because
was.
of their strategy and the see
Back
example.
office, management,
Why
Mehra,
is RCB
Kirsten.
today where it is? No, no, hold on. Why is RCB today where it is? Will
Why? Why? You tell
why
me.
is it?
You tell me.
We had
No,
Virat
why?
Kohli for all these years. We had Chris Gayle for
Yeah,
all these years.
yeah,
We had
AB de Villiers.
AB de Villiers
AB
for
de
all
Villiers.
these years. We had all those players. Why didn't
yeah,
RCB win a title for this till now?
yeah. No,
Virat Kohli
I'm
was a
asking
captain,
you.
right? Why
You tell me.
he
You
was an
tell me.
amazing cap because we've had a change in terms of how we function in the back room. We've got Andy Flower as a captain. We've got Mo
Andy
Babat
Flower.
as the director of cricket. We've got Dinesh Karthik as the batting coach right now. These people have come and changed the mindset what the team functions and how they function. It's not Rajat Patidar is just a pawn in between all of this who's making sure that he's doing everything what he needs to do for the team. Hardik Pandya is not that person. Hardik Pandya is an arrogant, self-centered who wants what he wants to happen, it happens. None of the how my team has to function. That's not his primary other thing. So
Okay,
if you
okay. I'll circle back to this whole thing again. Now, even if you have all of these support staffs, all of these things right now, the team is an 11 members team players, right? And there's one guy who's in the middle of the playing 11 who actually takes the decision. The likes of Hardik Pandya, if he's got his own idea and strategy in his head, who operates on his whims and fancies, and if he's still able to do whatever he pleases on the ground and still win the trophy, would you still give credit to the support staff at that point in time?
Huh?
he won't win a
You're,
trophy. That's the problem. With that
No, no, he
Wills
won
and
the
Fancies, he
trophy. That's
won't
what
win
I'm
a
trying
trophy.
to say.
We're
No,
seeing
no,
that.
no.
We're seeing that right now, right? That's what is
No,
happening
Will, you
when
I'm
he
can't,
telling
doesn't
you.
Wills and Fancies.
He,
This is what happens.
no, I'm
You
telling you
can't win
what
a trophy
I'm not
without
trying.
it being a team effort. Okay. Now, not just the team, even the back room has to function. Now, the point being, if you look at it, how can I explain this?
No,
Um,
I let me explain this for just a little bit, okay? Just a
okay.
little bit. I'm not a massive supporter of Hardik Pandya, but I feel for that guy because every single one of you guys are going after him. N- Because if you tell me that he hasn't produced result, I will go, I'll be the last person to say that he's not that person. Yes,
I
he's self-centered
am.
person. He has his own brain functioning. He has his own idea. He'll operate on his own way, and he brings result. That is one of the reasons why he was given the captaincy for Mumbai Indians.
No, okay.
You
No, 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 no. Let
No. Hardik
you
Pandya.
you don't even know the politics behind this, then Phil. That's the problem. You're
Yeah.
talking about of Hardik Pandya not being given this thing because he was capable enough. It was given because to push Rohit out. That was the reason it is. But then Rohit never backed out of it. There were how
Number
many rumors were that Rohit was supposed to be joining CSK or Rohit was supposed to be joining RCB? How many rumors? But then that did not happen because things changed. He was put under control. He was put under a leash. He was made the captain of Indian national team because of his antics with GT and his antics with MI. It didn't go anywhere because it was not what India were performing at. So it was taken away from him. And that is what happened because of his antics. And let me again
I'll
tell you, I from the start of this IPL schedule, I'm telling, I love Hardik the way he's performing for India. Because why? He doesn't have the captainship this things on him. He is able to perform because he's an individual who goes there and does his things. Over here, the problem is he's again got his arrogant self back. When he started, he was still fine. But then as the games progressed, when you're looking at things are coming out again. The team is not happy with how he's functioning. So that is what we're talking about. Will, I'm not saying I've at the start of the IPL, I made a clear statement saying that I love this guy. He's been brilliant. But then his captainship is where my problem is because that is not
say
where it should be.
unless again I've said as a player he's outstanding. So, both the Pandya brothers absolutely special genes, but as a individual and as a captain he is absolutely awful. um, I can't
I
stand this.
beg to disagree with you both in terms
Yeah,
of whether
we
whether
have
no
to
no that
disagree on
We
that.
have
That
because
is fine.
the reason
let's
But
agree to
we
disagree.
can't
That's it.
justify it.
yeah
Yeah, we can't justify his
my way of thinking
GT's
Hardik
victory
Pandya
was
is
a no, let
my,
me just say, GT's victory was a team effort. Every IPL team that won was a team effort. Even the one that KKR won, Shreyas Iyer's captaincy was a huge factor, but it was a team effort. But if you are trying to run the team by your own whims and fantasies as a one-man show, it's not going to work. And if most of the team is unhappy with the captain, it'll show on the field, and that's exactly what's happening with Mumbai.
every time a team actually performs, if doesn't perform, who gets blamed? Is it individual players or does it the captain gets blamed?
It works both
No,
ways
just give me
because
Both ways.
one answer because
if you
I
look
just want
at
to.
no, if you look at KKR, why is nobody blaming Ajinkya Rahane? Because KKR is performing worse, but nobody is blaming Ajinkya because it's a problem with the team composition and playing 11. So nobody is blaming Ajinkya. You will never hear anybody blaming Ajinkya's captaincy. These guys, uh, oh my God, what is the other team that has been
Chennai
losing
Super Kings,
badly? Chennai
Rutraj
Super.
Gaikwad.
Yeah, that is because of the captaincy, and we have been saying he's a good player, but he need to move that captaincy towards either Sanju Samson or Dhoni has to come back. But because we saw that even last year, because middle of the inning, you can see Dhoni take over, and there people will blame him because he's not performing properly. When Bangalore was not performing, RCB for so many years we're not winning. Nobody said it was because of Kohli's captaincy. It is
Or
because it
Duplessis
was not to
captaincy.
do with or Duplessis. It wasn't because of that, and everybody knew it was a problem was with the way the club was being run. So people can see, and I mean, India is not a cricket agnostic nation. Everybody can see. Most of them can analyze, and there are some fine analytical gentlemen as well, so who can contribute to this. But one of the biggest problem that Mumbai has, if you ask me, is not Hardik Pandya the player, but Hardik Pandya the captain.
Okay, again, I would absolutely put my hands down and say it's not about his captaincy. He has his own way of doing things, and he's proven
Then he
with
shouldn't be in
GT.
the team. He should play
No,
alone.
that's a
Go
very
play some solo
no
game. You
that's
can't
a
say that
no
in a team game.
that's very it's a very bad way of putting it. Not a, the word is different actually, but I would say that's a schoolboy way of saying, you just go and
No,
play on your
no.
own.
There's
I
no
don't
I
care.
in a team. If you can't play in the team, you don't play for the team. That's not a
No,
schoolboy
it's
thing.
not like that.
That's a game. Any
He's
team game's philosophy. If you can't be a team player, you don't belong in the team. I don't care who you are.
he probably, what makes you think that he's not uh doing the exact same thing? I mean, let's put it this way: a batsman goes into play a shot. If Rohit Sharma and the openers actually go in and play, do you think Hardik Pandya lives in his head to come and tell him that this is how you play the shots and this is how you score? A batsman
No, the
goes in
fact
there, he plays on his own. He's got his own thought process. If he
that's
doesn't
fine. I'm
perform and
not
he
talking about
fails,
batting.
no, I'm just telling you, if somebody scores or not scores, it doesn't become a captain's problem. All right. A captain doesn't even come into that picture right now. If a
Captain
bowler
does not.
bowls,
Okay, Will. Captain does not. You guys play. I don't play. But I'm telling you, captain does not marshal the batting. Captain marshals the field and the bowlers. So
yeah.
if somebody like Bumrah has a dry patch without wickets, despite bowling great, then obviously it has something to do with captaincy, and people can see it.
Now tell me something. Is Mumbai Indian batters are batting the way they're supposed to bat?
To an extent, hit or miss. Because if
Yes.
you see, sometimes
So why do you think that
some players play.
do you think that is
What was
because Hardik Pandya is not the right
No, we
captain,
never said it
that
was
they're not
because of
playing
the.
that?
No, we never said it's the
How do you
batting is because of
summarize?
it.
How do you summarize someone's batting with the captainship, Will?
No, I'll
If
summarize
we,
You
we,
this
we
right
can't.
now for
summarize,
you.
if the batting order is not, if the batting order, if there are potential of players who are playing in a certain way and are playing certain positions, you play them out of position or you don't give them enough opportunity to play, and the captain's doing that, then that's the captainship call. If a batsman is not playing, that's his form, that's his problem. If he's a
Yeah.
regular opener and he's not scoring runs, that's his problem, that's his form. When Sanju is not playing well on top of the order, I don't come and say that it's Rohit Sharma's or Surya Kumar Yadav's problem. That's Sanju's problem. Now, if Surya Kumar Yadav puts Sanju at 8 and say go play over there, that's Surya Kumar Yadav's problem, because that's not where Sanju should be playing. Hardik Pandya, when he's not letting his players play in a position and when he's not marshalling the troops, that's Hardik Pandya's problem. That will be called out. If Hardik Pandya's players are not performing, that's a player's consistency problem. That's never Hardik Pandya's captainship problem, right? Who's calling that out over here? They are scoring runs they were needed, but then they're not able to defend runs. They're not able to get the right bowlers in the right time. Hardik Pandya, once I'll bat first, I'll bowl first, is his attitude at times, which doesn't work always. And he needs to make sure that his primary bowlers are bowling at the right time. The field setting is placed how it needs to be. He needs to change the bowlers as per what's the requirement on the field. That is where a captainship comes in, right? And if that is not happening properly, obviously that is a problem over there.
See, first of all, if Mumbai Indians goes and bats and doesn't score enough runs, okay, you have to defend that score, right? Now, a captain comes in, he's got his own idea. He probably listens to his, support staffs, his coach, and everyone. They have a strategy. They go out with the strategy, and he hands the ball to someone else. He says the field is set for this kind of deliveries, and you bowl exactly like that. That is captain's call. A bowler will come and say, of course, yeah, I need a fielder over there. I need a fielder over here. Everything is fine. He'll agree to it. But he'll also say, look, if you actually place him over there, this is going to not work exactly the same way. So let's bowl in a different way. Can we try something? When that trial doesn't work, then you go back and, listen to the bowler and then you carry on.
Well,
Right?
if you're talking about Allah Gazanfar, or if you're talking about a Deepak Chahar, or you're talking about Anshul Kamboj, if you're talking about Praful Hinje, or you're talking about Shakil Hussain, okay, if you tell that a captain is going to tell that to those players, and this is what have in my mind, and do that, I'll take your word for that. Bumrah is the world's best bowler. He knows,
What?
he
See,
plays according to the pitch. He knows what he wants to bowl to a batsman. He's turned games. He knows what a batsman's strength is. He plays
100% agree
according to
with
the
that.
pitch.
I, I,
He
I,
plays
I
according to the pitch.
yeah,
So you just can't go tell Bumrah, you bowl this way. This is how you need to bowl. No.
okay. No,
Bumrah, this is where I'll set
100%.
the field for you. This is what you got to do. No.
100%. When it comes to Bumrah, he's a world-class player. He has his own idea. He wants to bowl the way he's got his presence of mind. I am not taking that away from him at all. So Bumrah is a different story completely. Now, the conversation between Hardik Pandya and Bumrah, how can you clearly point out and say that this is exactly what that conversation was? Were you there? It's probably just a couple of pictures, people showing and sharing it. That could have been happened. That could have happened some time ago. But something
Okay,
that
let's
happened immediately.
do
uh,
one thing, Will. I think let's
But
agree to
see,
disagree.
the bottom line is
For
simple.
your sake, we'll say Hardik Pandya is a great captain. It's just that
No, no, no.
he's not.
See,
It's not
listen,
worked for him yet. It's just work. It's not worked
listen.
for him yet. It'll be. He's worth his due. He'll make sure he comes back and he make sure he gets the team to listen to him and he'll get some performances in, because I
Well,
don't see that.
no, right now the situation is way beyond his control right now. I mean, he got into the team right when the captainship was handed to him, and he took it. That was at a time when Mumbai Indians were at their peak, and their captain was absolutely brilliant. Rohit Sharma was actually leading. It baffles me at that point in time why they did it. It's absolutely, as you said, there could be a lot of politics involved in that, and that's maybe one of the reasons why he's in there. But since he's in there in that team, the team hasn't worked and supported him, in my opinion. He's been scapegoated by pretty much every single human being that follows IPL. Literally went after him and his family, his personal life, everything. Right now, he's in a bad phase, and
I
I
don't think
feel for
anybody. I didn't see anyone
He's
talk
not in a
about his
bad phase.
family.
What? He's not in a bad phase. What are you talking about? Bad phase, Will?
no,
He's
no. In
just had
terms
an
of
He just
amazing
won a
captaincy
World
for
Cup.
World Cup.
Mumbai Indians.
He
No,
just
no,
won
I'm
a
not
World
talking
Cup.
about.
He had a great
No, no, no. I'm
performance.
not talking about. I'm not talking about the the World Cup or Indian team prospect. I'm talking about his IPL career. IPL captaincy. He's been
He,
way too much of
But I don't think
scrutinization
anybody is
that's
talking
happened.
about his
That's
family or his
probably
personal life. Listen, I don't think anybody is talking about his family or personal life. He's doing a
oh,
fine
you
job of
have no
screwing it
idea.
himself.
You have no
So
idea. You have to
I
just
don't
be on
think,
social media. Last time India won
at
the
least
World
I
Cup,
won't,
people
I
were
don't think
people
we'll
were
go ahead
taking
and,
pictures of him and comparing that with Sanju Samson, where he's celebrating with his girlfriend. Everybody's focusing on him and saying that look at this fellow, he's an absolute third class. Look at the class of Sanju Samson. He's sitting there and talking, having a conversation with Hardik Pandya. These are two different individuals. They have their own way of managing, celebrating their victories. That's how it works. But that's how every individuals are concentrating on this fellow. Because why? Because this fellow is bold, this fellow is loud, this fellow carries a certain bit of attitude, but his performance on the field is top class. Probably if he had his way, he would have had a much better results in IPL. That's my
so
opinion.
Will, no one's
Any
talking about.
subscribers watching this, you have any opinion, comment in the section below.
Yeah, I
no,
think
let
we've
me,
gone on a little too long. Let's wrap this and let's just
Let's wrap this
wrap.
up. Yes.
no, but I was just looking. Mumbai Indians scored 222 against RCB, and they scored 195 against Punjab, and they couldn't defend it. It's not the batting; it's the way the troops are marshaled on the field that is a problem, and the bowlers. Anyhow, let's agree to disagree. Um, and
And yes, just
what are the
going on to
predictions for tomorrow?
Who's playing tomorrow?
uh,
GT and Mumbai, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go with Mumbai. No, I'll seriously, I want that fellow to succeed. If he does win, he'll bring some sort of, fun element into Mumbai Indians
Where
and
is
the
the
IPL.
game tomorrow?
it's in Ahmedabad.
Are we winding up,
Hmm.
or is it just our
No, no,
bit
no.
of having conversation?
No, no, no. I was just thinking about the predictions. I mean, Shubman Gill is in the form of his life. Siraj has come good. He's worked hard.
Prasidh
Sky
Krishna
is a
has been
concern.
bowling well. Sky is a
QDK
concern.
is a
Teleforma is a concern. QDK, if he
concern.
plays,
But
then
QDK is
it's
back.
QDK plays, then I think we've got him there.
Mm.
Not sure if Rohit is going to
I
be back tomorrow as well.
I
Are
think
we
Rohit is
recording?
back. Yeah, yeah. I think it's going to be a very even Stevens game, but I think, I really think Mumbai will edge it.
Okay, if you both are going for Mumbai, I'm going with GT, just because I want to make sure that Hardik Pandya's old team, where he did not have any support and he won it by his captainship, is going to win this game tomorrow. So I'm going with Shabnam Gill and GT.
No,
There
I
you go.
think tomorrow,
We've got Shabnam Gill winning for GT tomorrow.
right? I think. I mean, obviously the numbers are against Mumbai, but I think tomorrow Mumbai will edge it.
Let's see. I hope they edge it, because again, I think as much as I've told that I'm going to predict GT's win, I think none of us want Hardik to fail. It's just that I think as long as attitude is in check and he marshals his troop as he needs to marshal them, I think we would expect them to have a win. So
I
I'm
just
hoping.
want Hardik to be humble and a good leader. Listen to his people. He has oodles of talent. God has blessed him with absolute raw talent. I just want to see him humble down and use it properly. Maybe he can learn from Sanju Samson.
Good. That's all for tonight. I think we've just got rambled on about the MI and Hardik Pandya debate, which has taken a complete out of turn today. But then it is always good to have these conversations. Again, I think we're not here to sit and agree to
Banter is
each
the
other's
best.
comments. I think it's good to have that banter as well. That being said, that's all from us tonight. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend, whatever is left of today. And we'll see you for the next one.
See you all tomorrow.
Before we close off, I just want to say, Hardik, I've got your back, man. I've literally gone against two people and spoken for you for 20 minutes. Put that show on tomorrow and make sure you win that game. You better.
Okay, I change my prediction
Thanks
to
again,
GT.
everyone, for joining in.
I predict GT will win, not Mumbai. So let's leave MI for Hardik's lover boy here. Adios, everyone.
Good night.
Take care.